Welcome back to UAP Rant. We're up to episode 6 now in the series. This episode continuing to talk about the research we've been doing in the field with orbs and rod technology. And today's session, I thought we'd go into a little bit more detail around our findings about what we think these orbs and rods might be. So there's a couple of theories we've been investigating, or models that we can apply to orb and rod data and the analysis we've been doing, which we are publishing on. We've got some papers in review, and the two models are the electrochemical model and the thermochemical model that we can apply to what we think is another model of harnessing energy to do with capacitor and inductor and dielectrics. So that started to lead us down the avenue, well, if we're using or applying these models, are the phenomenon technological, or are they natural, or some sort of combination of the two, either coexisting or perhaps they're all a combination of both of them. If we take them separately, the electrochemical model would fit a technological orb or rod. In other words, it's engineered. That would imply that light spectra are giving off ratios of light that reflect metallic composition. If that was the case, that would fit well with the capacitor induction model and dielectric as a way of harnessing energy in these orbs and rods, if some of them are in fact technological. What we thought was, though, until we've still got to analyse the light spectra and the data that we've got, but if that was the case, and we have to ask, well, what's the material composition? And we think another concept related to this, given how dynamic they are in terms of their orientation and kinematics and functional morphology, that there might be some sort of nanomaterial involved in a combination of metallic elements that are electrospun into some sort of structure. Now, another consideration we have to have is that there might be a biological component to this. In other words, not just engineered, but bioengineered. Now, if that was the case, then a nanomaterial would be a composite of some sort of metallic structure woven into a biological component to create some sort of morphing skin or living skin that's then able to harness that energy from the surrounding space, three-dimensional space. So we've talked about the capacitor induction model and the build-up of geometric potential in four-dimensional space within a interdimensional anomaly, makes that energy available kinetically in three-dimensional magnetic space. So you'd have to have an object would have to have a structure capable of harnessing that energy. So engineered nanomaterial is one consideration if it was electrochemical. If the orbs and rods were purely natural, and I think some of them may be natural because you get piezoelectric phenomena, and I think some of the smaller type orbs that dart around there may be the result of natural energy cascades and the coalescing of that energy, because we have filmed orbs coalescing as they come into view in the infrared spectrum and move off. And I think that may have something to do with naturally occurring phenomena, which was a little bit different to ghosting orbs that were in the interdimensional anomaly and would excuse me, appear to shoot out of it and manifest into physical space. So I think there's some sort of mimicry or biological mimicry going on there. And humans do it too. Look at what we do with aeroplanes and other aerospace structures, is that we turn to nature for aerodynamics. So if you were in NHI, for example, why would you not turn to what is natural also and mimic that? If you had a different and much deeper understanding of energy and energy composition than we currently do in public science, Now, my theory is that this has been worked out by a group of people already. Whether or not that involves NHI assistance is a whole nother story, or whether the orbs and rods are in fact NHI or some sort of human engineered technology that we are not aware of. Either way, I think the nanomaterial hypothesis is one to pursue. Now, if light spectra do not show an element composition, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not technological or made of nanomaterial, because I have been reading some papers where they can be technological but not showing up the element composition in light spectra. So there's a little bit of research and work to do there on the data to follow that up further. I won't carry on too much more with that today. We'll keep pursuing this in subsequent episodes, and I look forward to talking again soon.